What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the championship challenge, giving you guys a 15-win guide, going through every single game mode, giving you guys the best picks, strategies, and whatever else with a brand new meta. I felt like I'd actually do this video this time around. Championship challenge isn't as hype as it used to be, but you still get a bunch of rewards with it, and it's just a chance to qualify for the Brawl Stars Championship qualifiers and then maybe even a monthly final. So it's worthwhile investing in. So without further ado, let's jump into set number one. You can see the best compositions on your screen right here. So with Crystal Arcade, it gave you guys some good mids and some good lanes as well. So the best composition is going to be Gus, Chester, and Lily. Lily and Gem Grab is absolutely crazy broken because you can just spam your Vanish gadget. Your Hypercharge as well is just free pressure. The Hypercharge, just you cannot miss. You're going to kill the Gem Carry every single time. There's no way for the Gem Carry to kill Lily. And then Chester to counter those tanks if needs be. Other mids are pretty good on this map. B's really good for pinching and just good at countering tanks. Jae Young with the speed bug going on right now, and just Jae Young's good anyway. And then Janet can be a good mid. Other good lanes as well, you've got the likes of Charlie, which is really good in this meta, but underrated. You've got the likes of Finks in the lane, Kaze, Kenji. It is Gem Grab, so just make sure you go aggressive brawlers, to be honest. Just get pressure onto the enemy Gem Carrier and get those turnaround brawlers like Kenji and Lily. The Hypercharge button is just a free win for them. Now moving on to set number two, we've got Hot Potato. It's on Heist. You can see the best picks right here. So for the most part in Heist, you want to just go on the offensive as much as possible. It's a lot easier to win in Heist now once you get a bit of a lead because of the shield protection. So these are the best brawlers for it. So I recommend two brawlers to always go on offense. That is normally the strategy now adapted in this new Heist meta. And then you want one defensive brawler. So your aggressive brawlers can be a mixture of a lot of different ones. Miko is going to be your first one just because the opponents are going to be forced to try and pinch you out consistently when you're jumping over walls on Hot Potato, and then it only takes what, like 3 maybe even 4 shots to get rid of one shield. That's going to be really easy to do with Miko. And then Lily as well, the same applies. Just make sure you use your gadget straight away, like use it as late as possible so they don't see you. So just before they get into your sight, just press your gadget, go in on the opponents, try and get your first super, and just keep cycling the pressure that way. And then Colette is your defensive brawler, but you can use a few others. So there's a few other mid ones that you can use. So you can use Chester in the middle, really good at defending with the Hypercharge. You can use Charlie, a really good defender as well, and Colette. So you want a brawler that just cleans up everything. And again, the two other offensive brawlers just go on the offensive. So Barry's a really good one, but a little bit harder to play. You just go constantly aggro and constantly shoot the safe because, of course, his main attack deals so much damage. Kaze as well, really good on the safe. Kenji, really good on the safe. Carl can be really good. Even Edgar, Buzz, Melody. There's so many offensive brawlers you can go. Just don't get stuck on offense too much. But then again, if you're playing with randoms, you probably want to go with a defensive brawler. It's a hard one. Heist is hard to work with randoms, but the picks should be able to carry you easily. Now moving into Brawl, triple dribble here. Best picks on your screen right here. So I played a few of these in friendly battle and just realized the Brawl meta right now is just either tanks or tank counters. It's just purely Hypercharge spam. So bear that in mind. Hypercharge Chester is still going to be one of the best things inside of the game. It's a guaranteed goal pretty much every single time, and it's going to counter all of those assassins. It's set number 3. You're still going to face a lot of tanks. Hank as well is insane in triple dribble, one of the best brawlers. You either go Hank or Shade. Shade is very underrated in triple dribble. If you're a decent player, then you're going to make Shade work really easily on this map, and then a Kenji Hypercharge is done broken, so go with that. So you want a mid brawler. You want a brawler that either can shoot over walls or can shoot through walls. So that's why I went with either Hank in the kind of middle area or Willow, really underrated. You've got Shade as well that can shoot through walls. You can go with other options, a little bit riskier, like Barley, but you want something that can, of course, shoot over walls in that middle. And then you want one tank counter in there. So whether you go with the B down the right hand side, that's a bit more open for her. Whether you go with like Finks, whether you go with Lou, whether you go with Amber, whether you go with Lumi or Chester, and then you want one aggressive option at least, whether that's going to be a Lily, Kenji, a Carl, something along those lines to just get the aggression going. Buzz as well. If you're playing with randoms, you want that purple button, which is going to carry you, which is going to be Chester and Kenji. There's just going to be team wipe machines. They're going to be gold buttons. Again, the Hypercharges are going to carry Brawl most of the time. If you concede a goal, it doesn't matter, because if you have a purple button, you can pretty much score with most of these brawlers. So yeah, do bear that in mind. With randoms, it's going to be a little bit easier to carry with the likes of Chester, because they can just deal so much damage and you can just team wipe easily with his hypercharge. Now I'm going to be moving on to Bounty with Dry Season at set number 4 here. So Dry Season, mostly it is snipers, but you do have to prepare yourself for a bit of rock, paper, scissors in the sense like Kit and Daryl can be pretty cheesy, but also just bear in mind of throwers. So this is why in my best composition strategy here, you've got Gray, who can counter throwers really well with his Walking Cane gadget, and then of course he can counter snipers once he gets his super. You've also got Angelo, who can pierce through walls. Make sure to use the pierce gadget because that can help you against those throwers. And still, he's not like the worst against throwers because at least he has the fast movement speed and he's not squishy. And then Gus is good into other snipers and just good into everything. So the only thing that counters this really probably is the Daryl Kit cheese composition, but I don't think too many people go that anymore. So yeah, you don't really need too many tank counters, I believe. But if you are scared of that, probably just replace one of this. Well, replace either Gus or Angelo and just go RT, so you can just have all angles covered. Another really good pick on this map in particular is Squeak. I see Squeak is very overrated in meta in general, but he is good on this map just because, of course, his main attack can shoot over the walls. You've also got Gene, so if you're unsure on Gray, just go Gene. It's basically the same with the Gene pool. You've got Jae Young as well that can apply so much pressure with the speed right now. Lily is very, very good in Dry Season, but a little bit harder to play. Just make sure again that you use your first gadget really offensively to get that first super, and then you're good to go. Buster's good, but a little bit too defensive. You can go a thrower. It's a little bit risky sometimes, but if you want to go to thrower, you got Juju, you got Sprout, who are going to be your best options in Bounty. But as I mentioned, I think you pretty much need a Gray or a Gene. Then you need a sniper, so whether it's Piper, whether it's Mandy, whether it's Angelo, and then you can have like a hybrid brawler. Normally I just go for Gus or Squeak or something along those lines. Now moving into the 5th and final set. Here are your best picks on your screen right here. We have a Knockout New Horizons, and to be honest, Knockout is pretty scary on a set number 5, but this composition is very, very good against everything. Daryl Kit cheese might cause you some problems actually when you think about it, but the way to counter Daryl Kit is you just got to win the first round. Just be aggressive with Gray, pinch really early on, and then you should be good to go. Again, if you're scared of that composition, just go an RT or go something that can counter it a little bit better. So my idea with this composition is Jae Young just gives unlimited speeds and you can get so much pressure with the books going on right now. And then you've got Gus. Gus is just really solid into everything, a really solid sniper and really easy to play. And then you got Gray as well. Gray's there just because of the wall break element. You do need a bit of a wall breaker in there, at least in your composition. So whether that's a Gene pool, whether that's Piper jump, whether that's a Brock gadget, or you need a thrower. You just need one of these aspects, because if there's like a Buster or a Daryl Kit just sitting behind a wall, how are you going to shoot them and deal damage? You're just not going to be able to do it. Then late game they can just overwhelm you. Again, there are cheesy strategies that you can go with. If you think that the opponents won't use too many wall breaks, or you're just confident and going Buster, you can go with like a cheesy Buster Gene combination, to be honest, and you can just sit behind a wall until late game, and then Buster has hypercharge and there's nothing that the opponents can do. Again, a little bit of a cheesier strategy. You can literally do the exact same with Kit and Daryl as well. Wait for the gas to close in, and then there's not much that the opponents can really do. If you're just really bored and just want to skill diff the opponents, you can probably go with like a Mandy instead of a Gus, because Mandy's super so good on New Horizon, because choke points are really clear and decisive in New Horizons. But it's just the same type of brawlers in Knockout and Bounty, to be honest. So that is going to be it for today's video. There's no absolutely dumb broken brawlers in this meta except for the new brawler Ali. If you do have Ali, by the way, make sure to go Ali everywhere. I didn't include Ali on the list because most people won't have her unlocked, but she's the best brawler in the game, so make sure to abuse her if you do have her unlocked. She's just going to be good literally in every single game mode and every single map. Trust me on that. So that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.